Hi boys and girls, I haven't seen you in so long. I hope you're all doing well and you're doing a great job on all of your art projects. Today you need to, for this week's art project, find a fruit or vegetable in your home that you can draw. You can use a still life kind of object, so this is a fake pumpkin, or you can use an actual real apple or cucumber or pear, whatever you have at home. You can slice them so it's a sliced image, or you can make a whole image. And then we are going to be creating with pastel something like this, except for yours will be completely colored. So as you watch this video, you will see the steps of how you can identify highlight, which is the light part where a light hits an object, shadow, where something is darker as it goes away from the light, and then obviously the color of your object. Now all fruit is not going to be just one color. So my orange has some yellow in it. My pumpkin has some orange and yellow in it. And your apple might have red and yellow or green and yellow. So you want to make sure you're really paying attention to the colors that you have in your object. Just like this. So let's begin drawing our still life. Make sure you have some oil pastel, paper, pencil. I'm going to start by adding a light line for the table where my object is sitting on the surface. Now I am going to draw the overall outline shape of my pumpkin, which is kind of roughly an oval. Then I am adding my stem shape. I'm drawing the top and bottom to help build my image, and then go through with a darker pencil line to add more detailed outlines, just as you see here. Now I'm going to continue and add all of my details to make the bumps and ridges in a pumpkin. Now if you're choosing something smooth like an apple, you will have less of this kind of detail. You'll have a stem that you're going to need to pay attention to, and an apple is not just a complete circle, so I really want you to pay attention to the shape of your fruit or vegetable that you are going to be adding. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of shadow at the bottom, so make sure you also do that to yours, and I'm going to erase that pencil line that's there in the middle of my pumpkin. Okay, when you are coloring, it's very important that you are looking at your object at all times. I'm going to choose an orange. I'm going to pick some yellow to add in my pumpkin. I want black for some really dark shadows. I'm going to use brown for the in-between shadow and the stem. I also need white for my highlights where the light hits the object. That's the lightest part, as you can see on my pumpkin there. My dark parts are going to be in between all of those little ridges of the pumpkin. So every little piece of that needs to have a shadow, as well as a little highlight area. So I'm going to start by coloring the whole thing orange first. That helps me get a base color there. I left a little area where there's going to be white, and I'm going to add some yellow in that because I see yellow in my object, and you're just really looking at your object as it's sitting in front of you. That's how you're going to know what colors you need to add in. Now I am smoothing over some of the edge of that yellow so it makes a yellow orange. You can always layer colors with pastel and it will make a nice transition of color. And then I'm going to apply some white into that highlight to really pop out my light space. My white is a little dirty, so if you can use a piece of paper or paper towel to help clean your pastel if you get other colors on it. There we go, smoothing it in. Now I am going to continue to add that where I see it. I'm going to pick up my shadow. So for my shadow, I want to start with brown first because it's not too intense. If you have a lighter or darker version of a color, that helps with your shadow. And then I can add black on top of that. So warm colors like red, orange, yellow, you want to use brown as your shadow first. But cool colors like purple, blue, green, you're going to want to just go straight with black. And again, I smooth out the edges by adding a little bit of orange on top so it's like a blended color and not just one color. Now I'm taking my black to pop in more shadow. We're going to continue this across all of our entire pumpkin as we go. There we go. And again, I'm looking at my object at all times. Now I'm going to make my stem, which we're going to start with just some brown. I need to add highlights on the edges, or sorry, shadows on the edges with the black, and pop a little highlight on that top of my stem. Continue to look at your object at all times so that you know what you need to add in. Always highlight with a white. Again, highlight is where the light is hitting your fruit or vegetable. You'll actually see white on your object. Now the darkest part of the shadow is right where your fruit or vegetable hits the table. So that's where I add black, and then I kind of did a little bit of light black around that. Now I'm going to choose my table color, which I'm using blue. I'm going to layer it on top of the black first and then fill in the rest of the table with blue. And once that is, you are going to completely fill yours. I'm not filling mine all the way. Same thing with the wall color. I'm going to select one and I'm going to start filling it in. So I'm choosing green for mine, start filling in the area. I'm going to continue until the whole wall color is complete. And there you go.